Hello, welcome. This is Stoke the Fire. We're stokethefire.guru. You can find out about us on that website. And I'm Pamela Cuccinell. I'm an astrologer. And
hi everyone, I'm Susie Mazzoli. I will be offering us a meditation today for about 10 minutes, a turbo boost energetic meditation. And we do this every week on YouTube, and you can also join us every week on our website and become a member and get this information delivered to your doorstep, to your email doorstep, the night before the week begins. And how we do this is that Pam gives us about 20 minutes of astrology, and we all hold our books and profusely, profoundly, quickly write down all the words that we can, what's happening for each day, so that we can actually navigate the week coming ahead. And then afterwards I will give you the 10-minute turbo boost activation.
that's it. And we're not usually together. We usually record separately, but I'm visiting Susie up in the country. And if you hear a kind of crunch, crunch in the background, that's Susie's puppy chewing on a rawhide bone or something. So she has been known to make appearances periodically. But so as Susie said, I usually begin with 20 minutes of astrology. And you can find out about the actual process on stokethefire.guru and how you can get just the encapsulated essence delivered to your mailbox the day before so that you have this information. Everybody who's seen us in video life is watching us on YouTube when this goes live on Monday afternoon. So I'm going to start talking.
I'm going to go and hold down the puppy.
She's going to hold down the puppy. And
we're going to get Pam in screen there.
Right. So I'm in screen. And last week was a huge week. You can listen to the forecast again if you like. I was forecasting about the eclipse that occurred on February 15th. And I predicted that it was going to be an eclipse that basically had a great impact on the United States based on the last time that eclipse happened, which was 1999. Eclipses go in cycles. So unfortunately, that eclipse, when it happened in 1999, was, among other things, the Columbine massacre. And this eclipse was brightened up everything afterwards, where the United States as a country was made to reveal and see what had happened after the Parkland, Florida shooting. So one of the things that I look for in eclipses and evolutions is, do we become more aware? Does a light go on? And so hopefully this particular occurrence and the young people's voices that are being heard loud and clear will deliver a message that basically changes the course of events for the United States with certain decisions it's been making. As we go into today, February 19th, as this is being broadcast, it is President's Day in the United States, and the moon is in the sign of Aries. So wherever the moon is shows us the mood of the day. And so in Aries, depending on other things going on, the energy is very hot. It's very immediate. People want to act on what occurs to them at that point in the day. And this particular day, the 19th, has an energetic tension, especially as we get later in the day. So there can be somewhat power struggles, or power struggles that especially occur within you. One thing to be aware of when someone's giving you a difficult time or seeming to give you a difficult time is it's always important to drill down and go inside of self. So ask yourself what inside of you is getting stirred up or challenged when a situation seems to be getting hackles up. And if that is occurring on Monday evening, just ask yourself, is it really important to go down the path, whatever that path may be, that starts tension or argument? Sometimes the way in is to open up past whatever feels like the door is closing. If a door is closing inside of you, it may be a way that you are preventing yourself from getting information that can be helpful. So especially today with that Aries moon, we have the ability to really shine a light on and look at something in a very assertive way. Sometimes it may feel as though to get one's back up or to go on the defense is a way to deflect or move past an attack. But sometimes it's also a way of just putting up some armor so that you're not even really able to see what it is you're working with. So it's important to allow yourself that sense of, okay, this isn't an area where I'm necessarily comfortable. And maybe it's bringing up something that makes me feel very as though I have to defend or work against. And ask yourself, what is the cost of allowing that information in so that you can process it perhaps differently than you have? Because Monday can be a very good day, actually, for blasting through some older perceived barriers. But we can't do it if we just immediately put up the resistance and don't even see what another way to deal with a situation may be. So it's a very strong day, Monday, for beginning new things, for confronting things, for dealing with a situation that has perhaps been well worn in a certain way with habitual patterns, and basically changing those patterns so that you're able to really work it in a totally different way. But once again, you can't do that if you find yourself in the same old tapes or the same old situations. And if you're thinking, well, that's very nice, Pamela, but, if I know that my husband or my boss or my brother is going to react a certain way, and that's just the way it goes. Well, then you change the way you react. If you change the way you react, the other must change. Maybe not this evening, but you start to create the possibility for some sort of erosion to take place that changes the preconceived notion. February 20th, the moon goes void, of course, at 6:11 a.m. All times I give are Eastern time, so please adjust depending on where you are. And when the moon goes void, of course, what's happening is the moon has moved past the geometric point where it's going to make any other aspects or configurations with another planet, heavenly body, before it changes signs. So when that occurs, when the moon is in this state of being void, of course, we don't have the same emotional glue for things that we do when it's making geometric configurations with other planets. So usually an astrologer will advise that it's not a time when you want to start anything, when you want to launch something, when you want to make an overture to someone about something that's important to you. It is, however, a good time if you want something to not really gain that much traction or to be sort of go in unnoticed, then it can be very stealth and effective to use the void of course at that point in time for those reasons. Moon void of course in Aries is usually a time when we want to expend some energy, take a hike, do a workout, exercise in ways that your body's familiar with. Again, it wouldn't be a time to begin a new exercise routine, but it's excellent for doing something that's well worn and you're used to doing. Once the moon goes into the sign of Taurus at 2:12 p.m., we're in a very different energetic thrust. The moon moves from fire, cardinal fire, what we call starting energy, and it goes into earth, fixed earth. Taurus energy is really excellent for maintaining something that we want to kind of give consistent energy to. And so it's an excellent time to be working on something that is already in process, not starting something brand new, but doing something that is in motion, that requires follow through, focus, attention, and constancy. Those are the things that are really good to do with the moon in Taurus. It's also an excellent afternoon, evening for getting together with people or in a situation where you get to share a leisurely meal, cook something that really takes love and care into it, really savor your food, which is important to do anyway, but especially asked for when the moon is in Taurus, because our ability to get in nourishment and really pay attention to the body is tremendously ramped up with moon and Taurus energy. It's an energy that reminds us that our most precious possession is your body. Your body is the most valuable thing you own, and to take care of it lovingly in a way that really reflects how you feel about yourself is magnifies and really expands. If for one reason or another you're not feeling a great deal of self-love, this is a tremendous period over the next 36 hours to really baby yourself, to pay some attention to what your body needs. Massage, go to a sauna or steam, do something that allows a release, like in my case, having still processing through the flu, do things that just continue to detoxify and allow your body regenerative healing, really good foods, restorative foods, and to take your time. Coming off the Aries moon of Monday into early morning on Tuesday, Taurus reminds us to get into the body and take your time with your body. Really pay attention to nuances or things that your body is trying to say to you. Too often we rush through dress and exercise or movement, and we're not necessarily really listening to what our body is asking from us. And this period of time can be very acute at your body kind of letting you know what it needs at this point in time to maximize its potential and also give to yourself the robust health that is going to carry you into spring, as we're in this period of the Pisces sun now, where everything is moving from the season of winter into the season of spring. So we're in high transition time, and when we're in periods where the body is really asking us to be aware of it, then we can give the body what's needed so that we can move into the next cycle with the maximum energy possible. So Wednesday, the 21st, has the moon in Taurus, and this is a really dynamic day. This is a day when it's almost as though somebody's turned up the dial on colors, sound, textures, scents. Even if it's a very chilly day, you may get some sort of scent or aroma or promise of spring coming in, where you can actually smell the air and a sense of what is transitioning and occurring. Everything is very much heightened on this day. And as a result, you will feel more acutely how people are feeling around you. If you're someone who's naturally this way, who's naturally sensitive, then it's just a bigger day for that. If this is not usually a channel that you run on, it may sort of surprise you, where you're feeling that sense of what's going on with that person, or what's this person trying to tell me. Even people who are transitory, or you're just having very small encounters with, there's a lot of texture to the day. So for people who are artists, visual people, people who work in ways that are highly attuned and sensitive to their surroundings, Wednesday the 21st is going to seem like a day where so much information comes in, and you basically want to sift through what is the gold in the day that you want to sit with and stay with, and what's just information that's coming through, but you don't necessarily have to chew on it or give it as much time as other things. What you focus on Wednesday is what's going to then give you the biggest impact in return. On Thursday, the 22nd, the moon goes void of course at 6:46 a.m. And this sets up a very challenging day for anything that has to get done. And this is because the moon is void of course basically over 12 hours. And it's void of course in the sign of Taurus. And as I said earlier, Taurus is an earth sign. It's fixed earth. It is the slowest, steadiest, and least adaptable of all the earth signs. It's inertia. Taurus is total inertia. I'm sitting in this chair, and I'm sitting in this chair. Or I'm walking across the road, and I'm walking across the road. Whatever is going on is where that energy's at. So the moon in Taurus, void of course, is a perfect time to set yourself in motion for doing something that is constant. It may be a project that you've already got happening. It may be, if you're fortunate, you want to spend a day just moving through a museum, or if the weather's good, out in nature. It's absolutely perfect for that. Because Taurus is sensual, it benefits from being able to observe and take in beauty and things around it that just keep kind of greasing the wheel, if you will, where it just allows like very, very smooth movement. So if you decide that you're just working on a project that you've already got in motion, make sure that you have food for the day where everything just is effortless, because the more effortless the process of just really able to stay in motion with whatever it is that you've got going, the smoother the journey and the more productive the journey. So it can be a tremendously delicious day, or it can be a day where you got up in the morning and then end of day you wondered what the heck happened. In order to avoid a kind of what the heck happened on the day, you want to really plan ahead to have a day when you're able to maximize the potential of a mood that just wants to enjoy the process of physical presence. So then the moon enters Gemini at 7:07 p.m. and poof, the day radically changes. So the evening suddenly it starts popping with ideas and information and messages and texts. And the more social a person you are, the more apt that the messages are just really going to come through. Siblings call, clients call, neighbors call, stuff just gets very active. And if it felt like it was a slow news day, suddenly in the late in the evening, information starts popping out and being seen and visualized. So it's almost like the light goes on. So if you've spent a day where you've been ingesting and doing the things that were necessary to kind of feed the well, then the evening is when you're able to start expounding and getting the messages out that you want to get out. Friday, another tremendous, incredibly fast-moving day. Moon in Gemini, lots of friction, I must add, on Friday. It's really important, no matter what you're doing, to keep in mind that things are getting done. They just may not be going as smoothly as you had thought they could or should. So instead of getting derailed or frustrated when things kind of segue or don't go as anticipated, just keep your eye on whatever it is that you're heading towards, and just know that the detours or the changes are just things that are setting up the kind of inspired new way that never would have occurred to you without all the switches. So it's a very dynamic day, and it's a day that benefits from a real sense of humor. So do not be attached to how things transpire or go off. Just know that stuff is going to be happening, and what's really important is to keep your adaptability hat on. If your adaptability cap is on, you're going to be able to sail through whatever happens on Friday. And you want good companions. It's also important to have people around you who share a sense of humor and a real curiosity. Youthful expectation is a great way to get through this particular Friday. So Saturday the 24th, the moon goes void, of course, at 2:58 p.m. And an absolute boatload of stuff can get done before that point in time. It can be such a fast track, high productivity day. Or it can just be a day when you're having a great deal of fun with the right companions. But it's such a, unlike Friday, which may have felt like every gate you passed through had to be a kind of hazing or another detour, Saturday just sails away. Everything just opens up. It's like all all the log jams clear, everything just jettisons with tremendous speed. Once the moon is void of course at 2:58 p.m., then this would be a great afternoon to just have fun. Just do things that are silly, fun, be with youthful people, people who want to tease or play or seek adventure. It's a wonderful day for that. The moon enters Cancer at 10:06 p.m. and this is an absolutely perfect time to close down for the evening. Turn off all electronics, do things that just really, unless you want to watch a movie, but do things that are very cloistered, insular, and quiet. Because the body, the soul, the emotional mood is to nest, cuddle, and be still. The 25th, Sunday, moon is in the sign of Cancer, and this is kind of the morning is going to feel a little jumpy, so it'll feel as though maybe you have to get up earlier than you want to get up, or even if you don't have to get up, you're bug-eyed and can't sleep anymore. It just seems there's like responsibilities are calling, or there's a reason you have to get out and kind of show up. And it can feel a little like you're fighting your way upstream with it. But if you ease into it and just allow whatever process needs to happen, it actually can end up being a really good day. The important thing about the day is that you surround yourself with loving energy. So even if, for instance, you're in a work environment and it feels very hostile and you're not feeling very supported, work on surrounding yourself with loving energy. Think of yourself in a womb of pink light and support, and feel the support that you are giving yourself, enveloping yourself in the support, so that actually it starts to expand and it can change and mitigate a situation that may not feel that comfortable for you. You have the capacity to turn whatever the emotional temperature is within yourself. And it actually can end up being a really lovely day, and a day that ends up feeling very supported and as though you are understood. But it starts with understanding yourself. So we can only articulate or ask for as much love and support as we start out by giving ourselves. And that's very important to keep in mind with this particular moon in Cancer, because the moon in Cancer always reminds us to basically take care of your own inner child and to make your inner nest secure and safe. And now I turn it over to Susie.
So here we are in the 8th week of February, 8th week of the year, not 8th week of February. What planet are you on, Susie? So it's the 8th week of the year. And as Pam said, this has been a huge week of a lot of change, and a lot of things have happened. And we are perhaps some of us struggling to integrate or accept a lot of the information that is coming at us, that we are needing to just sort of really digest about the world around us, and after the eclipse and the things that have happened, and sometimes how our actions don't always bring back necessarily the actions or the responses that we desire. And just a funny story that happened to me this week on the day of the eclipse is that as I was going to an appointment, I saw a dog wandering along the road. I live up in the country, and there was an old hound running along the road with very bloody paws, and I stopped to help him, and so he wouldn't get run over and perhaps find his home. And as I went to him and checked him out, and then he seemed pretty nice and sweet, and I tried to pick him up and put him in my car, and he bit me. And I thought, wow, that's a bit of an eclipse energy for me. And of course, here we are in the year of the dog coming into, on Friday, we turned the corner into the year of the dog, which is all about, Pam, deep loyalty and integrity and commitment. And as someone that has 3 wonderful dog companions, does take some commitment and some patience, I have to say. And so I think it's just interesting how we approach this new year in terms of what we expect from the year, and that sure, you know, you can get a little nip or a big bite from a dog that you're trying to help. But I know that as I did that I actually did save that dog's life, because he was about to get run over. He was wandering around the middle of the road, and it's all a part of the action of helping, is that you might get hurt along the way. You might get bitten. Things might happen to you. So I think that's a really important part to understand in the expectation process. So I think that helps us to be balanced as well, to be balanced in the mind. And of course, people are going to get bitten by stray dogs, right? I'm not that silly. So as we go into our meditation, I'd like to work with the number 8, which to me is the number of balance. And if you lay the number 8 down on its side, and we get that wonderful infinity symbol. So if you visualize the infinity symbol crossing here in the brain, going from left to right brain, and then also the infinity symbol on your heart. And for this meditation, if you like, I would like to invite you to place your hands on your heart for the next 10 minutes, and we'll go into this meditation. So if you don't want to do that, then just relax, chill out, and let's go. So dear loved ones, as we work through this meditation, we invite you to place your hands on your heart center and visualize in your heart center that you are creating a beautiful ball of rainbow white light, luminescent, glorious white light. And visualize within your heart center, within that ball, the sign of infinity. And just feel now also that with your hands up on your heart, that you are creating also the number 8 with your hands. And you are creating this closed loop of energy moving into your heart, out through your arms, into your heart, out through your arms. So that you are a closed loop, a closed circuit, where you are containing the love within your body, within your being. And you are circling like equally, consistently, rainbow white light from the heart center to the left side, to the right side. And what you are doing is you are equalizing the energy throughout your body, equalizing the love, equalizing the balance. And now visualize also this happening behind what would be your forehead, around the third eye, inside the brain. And visualize the energy going as this number 8 from the left to the right, from the right to the left, synchronizing the left and the right brain, synchronizing the abstract with the logic, the logical. And as you are doing this, You are raising your frequency, and you are opening up to all of the potential, all of the awareness within yourself, within your being. So it is not that we are seeking something from the outside. We are not seeking wisdom or knowledge or advice or counsel or power or strength or sympathy or sweetness or affection or validation, security from the outside. We are working with our own sovereign energetic field, and we are maintaining the balance within ourselves, retaining the energy within ourselves. And as we do that, as we stop seeking for everything from the outside, we recognize that within ourselves, everything is present that we need, all of the knowledge and all of the energy. That this divine human that you are is so incredibly powerful and aware, and has an infinite source of love, of energy, of intelligence, of awareness, of compassion, of understanding, of courage, of creativity and resourcefulness. And when you tap into this, you tap into that sovereign field which is timeless, is spaceless. You tap into a field that is intuitive, that has access to what would be all dimensions, all awareness, all knowledge. And as you deepen into this awareness, feeling again the current of this energy moving through the loop to the left, to the right, balancing the brain, synchronizing the brain, synchronizing the body, the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and bringing about an alignment throughout the energetic system of the 7 chakra system. And as you do this, you are growing self-love and respect, self-understanding, self-awareness, self-confidence, and you are raising your frequency. And as you do this, you are raising the frequency also of humanity, because everything that you do, that you are, is shared through the field of your species, through the field of mankind, through the field of humankind. So as you meditate, as you act kindly, as you act courageously, as you stop complaining, as you stop gossiping, as you stop unkind actions, as you stop being helpless and hopeless, as you absolutely grow as a human being, as a spiritual being, in physical strength, in emotional strength, in spiritual strength, in energetic strength, you are growing also for humanity, because this information is upgraded, uplifted, taken up, uploaded into the field that is all of the humans. And then it is available. This is referred to as a morphogenic field by some of your scientists. And as you work with this, as you become more and more aware that you are a part of a large, let us call it what it is, awakened consciousness, everything that you do and feel contributes to that of the mass, that of all of you. So know this, dear loved ones, that every time when you are working together, every time that you are meditating and working hard to improve what you would consider yourself, your awareness, that you are also doing this for others as well, because your earth, the people of earth, are all connected through what you might call the universal psyche, universal consciousness. And everything that is done by one person has an effect on all people, whether you are aware of this, see it or feel it or know it. So as you are surrounded by acts perhaps of violence, of scarcity, as you are surrounded by acts of disrespect, let your response be that of increasing the energy field of compassion and love. To not respond with an act of violence or disrespect, but to respond with even more compassion, with even more understanding, with even more love. And as we increase the frequencies, feel this energy in your body, feel this energy in your awareness that you are here for this really direct reason of being simply love. What a great reason to be alive and to be on a planet, to share this, your frequency of love. And as we increase the frequencies, know that this year ahead of you is again one of many opportunities for you to strengthen your bonds, for you to strengthen what we would call your relationships, your friendships, to strengthen the love, to strengthen what you call the loyalty, to strengthen the real connections that you have. To not let life just get away with you, but to treasure every day those people around you that you share your life with. To let them know again and again that they are loved, that you love them, and that you are most gracious for their presence. Everybody around you, you have chosen to be with now. Allow these relationships to really blossom, to really, really grow in strength and in love. We thank you. We are the Master Teachers. We are complete. So we wish you a very enjoyable 8th week of 2018. And if you would like to work with me personally, doing spiritual guidance, we do it remotely or in person in New York City, or if you have issues that you would like to do with energetic healing or homeopathy, please contact me at susiemazzoli-healer.com. And I have a new course starting in March in Los Angeles and in New York City, and by webinar. And you can reach those courses through Energy Healing School LA or energyhealingschoolny.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. And also we have some upcoming trips to France and Peru and very soon Ireland. All of these are sacred journeys where we travel together in a small group doing meditations and activations, working with the land and the ancestors, the histories and the cultures, and of course working with all of our people in the group to bring about spiritual awakening and of course a good time. So if you'd like to travel with me, please contact me again, susiemazzoli-healer. And if you would like to work with Pam, we'll get her back on screen right now. Just one moment.
That was a good activation. Yes, I can't guarantee enough working with Susie and deepening into your self-healing skills. It's wonderful. She teaches wonderful courses. So definitely look into that. New York, Las Vegas. Oh no, Los Angeles.
No, I'm not going to Las Vegas.
Los Angeles or virtually. And you can find out about me at insightoasis.com. Right now, I'm about to begin my Develop Your Art of Insight Tarot class, which actually is beginning February 24th. I had to push it back a week because of my cough after the flu, but it's going to be a great class. I'd love you to jump on. So go to Insight Oasis and put in the search bar Tarot Journey, and it'll bring that up. And or you can find out how to work with me individually at insightoasis.com and really get a insight and understanding through astrology, tarot, and all those other delicious tools. So you can find out about our weekly show at stokethefire.guru. And we are very grateful that you've joined us this week. And again, every time you meditate, raise the vibration, you are expanding healing, love, and energy to the rest of the world, and the world needs it. Okay, so I wish you a great week. Bye now. Oh, there she is.
Love now.